Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Roommate Podcast. Today marks 10 weeks since we've last spoken.
Wow.
Not really sure how to feel about that. I think it's appropriate that we reintroduce ourselves in case you're a first-time listener, or maybe you're returning and you just forgot about us because it's been 10 weeks.
Definitely. My name is Lucy.
That's all. Is that all?
Yeah, sorry guys. My name is Lucy, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, nothing else, like your major, your age?
Okay, my major is criminal justice, and my age is 18, and I will be 19 in May.
Wonderful.
What about you?
My name is Jacey. I'm a journalism major, and I'm 19. I had a birthday over the break. And, yeah, I think if you really want to know us, just listen to our past episodes. You can find those on YouTube.
Definitely.
Yeah, we want to quickly acknowledge the ice storm that has occurred. That, like, I honestly don't have words.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just a quick little thanks to all of the workers and professors and just the Oxford community overall, because I feel like it was a time when everybody was just relying heavily on each other's help, and I really saw the community come together and help each other through that.
Oh, so. Yeah. I personally wasn't in Oxford. I left before it all happened, but even seeing emails from my professor and photos of the community coming together really warmed my heart.
Yeah.
I think we're all really there for each other and continue to be, and we want to put our thanks out there in the universe for that.
Definitely. Also, happy early Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
If you celebrate Valentine's Day.
Or if you don't, that's okay.
Right.
Let's do a little brief recap of what we were up to over the break. Brief recap, and I mean brief, because we're ready to move on. We're ready for this semester to keep on rolling.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, I think we're already on the road. We're in the car, we're rolling.
So, over the break was definitely a very uneventful time for me. It was pretty much me just making the best of what I had, because, as you know, we went back home for about a month over, winter break, and there's not much to do in our hometown, so I just sort of had some nice little time with my family, and then I came back to Oxford, and they were like, oh, never mind, so actually there's a snowstorm, and then I just kind of camped out on campus for like a week, because I was like, psh, it'll be fine. Well, it in fact was not fine.
It was not.
So I went back home for about another week, and yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah, my break was quite uneventful too. I remember realizing how much I need routine in my life. And all I can really recall, especially from the ice storm, I made a lot of cookies, a lot of chocolate chip cookies. I'm trying to perfect my recipe, and I think I've got it down, that was semi-eventful. During finals week, we didn't speak to you because we were studying, and we want to quickly talk about our dance session we had. So one night Lucy and I went to the Duff Center, and I was doing my math work, and I think you were as well.
Oh yeah, I was doing math that entire week.
We were both really stressed out about our math final, and so we went to the Duff Center. We were studying. We even sat apart from each other so we wouldn't talk. And later we went back to the room, and we had been awake for so long. We were so delirious.
Yeah.
That we couldn't think straight, and so we decided to have a dance session, a dance break. I don't even know what you would call it.
I don't even know, because let me tell y'all, I look over and Jacey is over here, face red, sweating, out of breath, just getting so into it over here doing her little stanky leg. And I'm like, oh my goodness, is she okay?
I'm fine,
Okay.
It was good. That's a good outlet, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so fun. And I can't listen to certain songs anymore because it reminds me of the dance break. Anyway,
it was much needed.
Much needed. Yeah. If you're ever stressed out, do a dance break.
Yeah.
So We talked about New Year's resolutions at the end of our last episode 10 weeks ago today. And we're going to kind of catch you up on how we're doing on our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah. La, la, la. Okay, sorry. I was thinking back to what my resolution was.
You're good.
I'm about 99% sure my New Year's resolution was to be more intentional with my time and kind of have better time management. And I'm going to be super honest and vulnerable right now. I have not been doing well with that at all. I think it's slowly getting better, but over break I was just so bored, and I kind of fell into a tiny little depression hole because I wasn't really using my time very wisely. And the same thing happened during the ice storm. Like, it could have been a great opportunity to pick up on some new hobbies, but unfortunately I was just feeling super unmotivated. But now that school is back and I'm in a strict routine, it's been easier to kind of have outlets and stuff whenever I'm not in the mood to do my schoolwork. But I have been very motivated lately, and yeah, so I would say I definitely have not been doing well with that, but I'm slowly getting better as school has started back.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That kind of ties into our topic today, but we'll get to that in a second. I had 3 New Year's resolutions that I weren't really that serious. One of them was to stretch more, which I've been doing diligently. I stretch each night before bed, and it's helped. Yeah. Crazy concept. You work at something and you get better. Another goal of mine was to expand my vocab. I think that's going to be a year-long process. Actually, that's going to be a lifelong process. My vocabulary is never going to be where I want it to be.
Yeah.
And that's okay. A little bit. It's a little bit okay. And my last goal, I didn't even remember putting this, but apparently I wanted to go to Trader Joe's in Tennessee. And funnily enough, the Saturday that the ice storm occurred, Lucy and I had planned a trip to go to Trader Joe's in Tennessee. But of course, that got canceled, and I don't know when we'll be able to go.
Yeah, we definitely need to go within the next month or 2.
Yeah, so the spring weather can be yeah, we'll tell you guys when we go, I guess.
Hashtag shout out Trader Joe's Takis.
Yes, oh my gosh, those are the best snacks.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about some of our ins and outs of 2026. It's kind of self-explanatory, but if you're unsure what an In-N-Out is, it's a fast food restaurant, firstly. But secondly, your ins and outs for the year are like what you're going to implement or disregard and get rid of in your new year to live a better life and be a yet better you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start us off?
Definitely. Okay, so my first in for this year is to intentionally exercise every day. And I would like to put emphasis on the word intentionally, because I know last semester I would walk to my classes and I would just walk around campus all day long. But that wasn't like me intentionally doing exercise. It was just like, oh, you have to walk here to get to your class,
Right.
But I really want to make a point to maybe do some Pilates in my dorm room or go to the gym and get on the Stairmaster, just smaller things like that help me to build up, that, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-discipline.
Oh, yeah.
Every day. And so it helps me have discipline in other areas too, because physical health is very important. Another one of my ends is fun hobbies in my free time that make me forget about my phone. I feel like social media has been a big thing for me this past year towards the end of 2025, because I just downloaded social media when I came to college, and I love it as a creative outlet, but also it has its downsides too. And I would say addiction is part of those downsides, and it tends to be a huge distraction, especially when it doesn't need to be, and I really want to do better with that. And my last in is side quests. Small and innocent side quests, but things that are memorable.
Oh, okay.
Because I really, I want to make so many memories in college, but obviously, like fun, innocent memories. And I just feel like getting up and doing small little random adventures is something that will also help my anxiety with, being a mostly type A person. So yeah.
Yeah.
What are your ends for this year?
Well, I actually want to start with my outs.
Oh, okay.
To be a little bit different.
Nice twist on things.
Thank you. So my first out is procrastination. And I understand that procrastination is always going to be something in everyone's lives.
Yeah.
I think for me, something that I procrastinate is my schoolwork sometimes. Because I know that at the last minute, I can get it done. I'll get it done no matter what. And I think that's why my mind thinks that it's okay to procrastinate, and it's not. But I really want to work on that and just getting my stuff done right when I need to and not last minute like I do a lot of the time. I want to stop abandoning healthy water intake, something that I've been focusing on these past few weeks. Well, actually, the past few months, I'd say. I am trying to balance my caffeine intake with my water intake. A lot of the times, I like to have more water than I do caffeinated beverages in a day, even if it's not caffeinated, something other than water. Yeah. I just want to regulate my water intake because you do feel better when you're drinking water. And sometimes I get lazy because I don't want to fill up my water thing and clean my water so I can have fresh water. And so my latest obsession is root beer. So I'll just grab one of my mini root beers. But I want to work on that.
You kind of go through phases with drinks. Like,
I definitely
for a few months, you'll love this drink. And then for a few months, you'll like this drink.
Yeah. But you know what drink I always love? Coffee.
Amen to that.
An out for me is wearing the same shoes every day. I tend to, kind of with the drink thing, I'll find a shoe that I love and I'll wear it to death.
Yeah.
And then they look dingy and old and unattractive. And I continue to wear them because they're comfortable. But I have some fashionable shoes that I need to incorporate into my wardrobe. And I don't do it because I know that my shoes that I wear regularly are comfortable, and so I continue to do so. But I want to stop doing that and start wearing my fashionable shoes in 2026.
Guys, yesterday when we went to write the script for today, Jacey had on these flats, and they were so cute. They were what color would you say they were? Like burgundy?
They're like a purple pink burgundy.
Yeah, and they were like burgundy, and they were like a velvety texture, and then the rim on them was like this pinky red. Anyway, those are really cute, by the way.
Thank you so much. They're comfortable too. Target.
Ooh.
My last out is laying in bed in between classes because that actually makes you really tired. You can be having a wonderful day, but the second you get in the bed, it's time to nap. And I want to stop that in 2026. What are your outs?
My outs for 2026, okay, my first out is having a judgmental attitude towards others when I'm feeling down about myself. I noticed that I really struggle with that, and I've struggled a lot with very extreme mood swings in the past, and whenever I'm not doing everything I know I can do for myself, I tend to take that out on other people in my head, and I really just kind of want to open my mind more and say, well, just because you didn't do this or you're not enjoying this doesn't mean that it's this person's fault. You know what I mean? So that is an out I have for 2026. This next out is it's definitely more lighthearted, listening to the same music all the time. In high school, I listened to the same genre, the same artists every single day, and I really got burnt out on it. And then I started being introduced to new music in college, and I really, really enjoyed it. But then again, I would listen to the same, 5 songs every day in my car, and I really just want to explore that further and just see kind of where that goes. And my last out, I'm glad that you mentioned this, is academic procrastination. And I say academic procrastination because in every other area of my life, I would say, or almost every other area, I don't really tend to procrastinate. I'm the type of person, I will clean my entire room, top to bottom, before I do homework that's literally due the next day.
Yeah, you do that a lot.
Yeah. And, you know, it can be a good thing at times, but it's definitely not a good thing as far as academics. And so I really want to try to get out of that habit and just jump on things sooner so that I'm not feeling super stressed about it the day before.
Yeah.
And also kind of taking that, like I said, taking that stress out on other people.
I like that.
Thank you.
Interesting.
So,
all right, my ends for 2026 is to remain intentional with my night routine. This is something that I have been crafting for a few months now. My college night routine, I should say. But recently, I do think that I've gotten it down to a science.
yeah.
And I like to make time for tea when the weather is appropriate. I like to make time for reading, occasional face masks, sometimes, and I do say sometimes lightly, sometimes movies. This is really important to me because I am not on Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
I know that I talked about it probably in our last episode, how I was going to take a break from Instagram, but I'm here to report that I'm just not on Instagram anymore. I really enjoyed being off social media. And so I find that I'm navigating new ways to enjoy my free time.
That is wonderful.
Because, yeah, I have hobbies, and I've had these hobbies. However, they were my love for my hobbies was shrouded by being on social media all the time, and all that noise was so ridiculous I couldn't even focus.
Yeah.
And that brings me into my next end, which is continuing to stay off social media. And the way I do this, sometimes it's easy to succumb to, I would say, social pressure, in the sense that when you're waiting for something like a class, if you're waiting for a class to start, or if you're eating alone, it's really tempting to just scroll and scroll and scroll. So you either look like you're doing something and no one thinks that you're all alone and sad, which, first of all, that's none of their business. And second of all, wait, what was I going to say? I was going somewhere with this. Anyway, it's easy to succumb to that social pressure that we put on ourselves. But ways I'm doing, getting past that pressure is by reading in public, reading on my phone, or I've recently downloaded a crossword puzzle app where I do daily crossword puzzles, and if I'm waiting for something, that's really fun to kind of keep my brain active and wake me up.
Yeah.
And I also like to look at photos on my phone, or maybe look for something that could make a nice photo and take a photo and edit it. It's really fun. You should try it.
I actually love that.
Thank you.
Because I feel like I try to make everything so aesthetic all the time. And I think that's a really nice way to enjoy the smaller things.
Thank you.
Is to just say, ooh, I love this. Let me snap a pic of
And
that.
I'll say, it does make you, it almost fills me with a deeper sense of gratitude.
Yeah.
Because I'm moving slower, and that's actually, I'm ruining all the suspense of my ends, because they all kind of connect. One end that is kind of separate is I want to continue trying new foods and new drink places. And when I say drink places, I mean coffee. Don't come after me. Around town, I want to try at least one new food place per month, just to expand my horizons and get me out of my comfort zone a little bit. And my final in for 2026 is regulating my nervous system by moving slower and implementing a morning routine, which, incidentally, brings us into the topic of today's episode. Newsflash: waking up early does change the game.
We will talk to you guys about this and about how we have switched up our routines to becoming morning people. Sorry, not normal people. After this commercial break.
next time you're driving down South Lamar Boulevard in Oxford, be sure to check out Ray Brothers Auto Repair at 1444 South Lamar and look up for the pop-up sale day sign. If you see that, it means a conventional oil change that day will only be $50 and full synthetic oil change for just $65. It's part of Ray Brothers Hometown Appreciation Day and will be happening one day each month. The sale will be at random, so you'll have to look for the sign and be sure to tell a friend when you see it. Ray Brothers Auto Repair, proud to be part of the Oxford community. Come see us for all your auto repair needs.
So, I've been waking up early every single day this week. I wish I could say for the past 2 months I've been waking up super early. But no, we just started school back in February. So, yeah, I have 9 a.m. classes, and I had not 2 days a week I had to go to a 9:30 class. Mm-hmm. But every single day I have a class at 9 a.m. And so that causes me to be in a bit of a conundrum. I, a night owl, have trouble waking up in the morning. And for all you other night owls out there, I feel you, I see you, I empathize. However, I, along with Lucy, have been taking strides in rectifying this issue.
Definitely. Yeah, I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because every morning when I get up and I get out of the bathroom from my little morning show, you're just up and ready to go. And I'm like, well, look at Jacey over there.
And I've kind of noticed that, all right, your class schedule confuses me.
Yeah.
One day you have a class at 8 a.m. and then one day you have a class at 10 a.m. and then all of a sudden you have 2 8 a.m. days in a row, and it confuses me.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, it also confuses me because this morning I was on my computer and I had to recheck my schedule because I was also confused. But I have a 10 a.m. on Monday and Friday and 8 a.m.s in the middle of the week.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay,
there you go.
I do feel like it's almost a competition at this point of who's going to wake up first and who's going to get in the shower. The past 2 days, Lucy has bested me. I've woken up at 6:15, 6:30 and been like, oh, I didn't make it today.
Well, I will say, I don't normally take morning showers. I just have been for the past few days, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a bit of a letdown when you get into another routine and you stop taking your morning showers because I'm not going to have anyone to compete with but myself.
That's actually such a healthy way to help us wake up earlier because the other night you were like, okay, well, whoever wakes up first can just get in the shower first. Y'all, my 6 a.m. alarm went off and I was up. I was all the way up.
Yeah, usually I look over when I wake up, or when Lucy's alarm wakes me up, I'll look over, and she's over there snuggled with LaQuandro.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll give him a little shout out later.
Okay. They're probably like, why is there a boy in Lucy's bed?
Okay, guys, yeah, let's go ahead and clear that up. I was gifted a large-ish red lobster for Valentine's Day, and his name is LaQuandro the Lobster.
Love it.
And he really helps me to be happy in the morning time when I wake up and I see his face next to mine.
That is sweet. He kind of creeps me out a little bit, but I'm happy he makes you happy.
Well, thank you.
Just when he's on the floor and he's looking up at me all happy, I'm like, LaQuandro, what are you happy about?
He does kind of have some bug eyes.
Kinda. He really does. Here are some things that I've noticed as, can I say it? As a morning person?
Oh?
Never been a morning person, ever. This is exciting. Yeah, really stay tuned. Who knows if I'm going to stick with this schedule. I really hope I do. I've not been as tired, which is crazy, right? You think, oh, waking up in the morning is going to make me so tired.
Yeah.
Here's what makes me tired. When I keep snoozing the alarm for 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
That, I think it interrupts some sort of circadian rhythm that my body's gotten into, and I just mess my entire day up. Don't do that. Don't snooze your alarm. You're going to ruin your day.
Definitely.
I have time for a longer breakfast, and I don't have anxiety about being late to class. So I'll compare to last semester. Personally, last semester, I had, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I had an 11 a.m., which at the time, can you believe I thought that was early? And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm done with my day by 11 sometimes. But yeah, I had an 11 a.m., so I'd usually wake up at, 9?
Yeah.
And so I'd wake up at 9, which is when my classes are now, and I would rush to get my shower done, rush through my routine, rush through breakfast, and rush out the door to class.
Yeah.
And I think it caused me to have more anxiety as a human being because I was always in a go, go, go mode. Even when I was doing my work, I'd be like, okay, let me do this and this and this because I need to get it all done fast because I want to go to my dorm and I want to lay down and I want to watch Gilmore Girls or read my book, and I don't have time to do that anymore because I just have work all the time.
Yeah.
Well, honey, if you would have woken up hours earlier, you would have had time to do that. So yeah. Also, with my breakfast, I feel like my morning breakfast is kind of a peaceful time for me because I'll read or I'll implement something that is important to me to have in my day, and I can get that in right when I wake up, which is amazing. And I have time to do my entire self-care routine, and I don't have to rush through it and be haphazard with it.
Yeah.
I have time for my coffee, which is really nice. I mentioned earlier I like to have water before I have any caffeine, and so I can do both, which is incredible. To be honest, I feel overall happier and more grounded when I'm in this, now that I'm in this new routine, and I have more, I don't, but I do feel like I have more hours in the day to accomplish my work and have time for myself.
Yeah. I really like that you say that about having more energy because I've also noticed that in myself. I don't really need a midday nap anymore to keep me going, you know? Maybe a little caffeinated beverage, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and can I mention, I don't know if it was you or me, but one of us mentioned that an out for us, was it me? I said, yeah, an out for me was laying in bed between classes, and I feel like I'm starting to be really intentional with where I am during the day and during classes.
Yeah.
I am in my dorm a lot, which is not a bad thing, but I'm not in my bed.
Yeah.
I'll sit in my chair or I'll do some work or have lunch as long as I'm not laying down in my bed.
Right.
Because I saw some sort of scientific reason. I don't know. I'm not a scientist and never plan to be. But it's scientifically proven, I think, that your brain thinks that your bed is your place of relaxation, and it is. So when you're on your bed, under your covers, with your snuggly blanket and your snuggly pillows, your brain is like, oh, bedtime, and it wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
No matter if you've just had a coffee, no matter if you've just had a nutritious, energizing lunch, no matter if you have a million gazillion things to do, your brain, your body wants to go to bed.
I've seen that before too.
Yeah, I think it's a true thing. I believe. I don't have a source though, so
definitely. I feel like my mornings, it's extremely hard for me to get up, but once I'm up, I'm up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
And I feel like waking up early helps me to be so much more intentional with how I spend my time throughout the day. And as I've mentioned, in previous episodes, I am a religious person, and so the morning time has been a very peaceful time for me. And so normally, I'll go take a shower and then I'll go sit back in my bed for about 10 minutes and I will just quietly reflect and just pray, and that also helps my anxiety a lot throughout the day. And I sit with my Red Lobster and we just snuggle. And yeah, you have to find ways to make it fun and enjoyable for yourself, and almost like it's like another form of self-care,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also I like how you say that about the rushing through the day, because it helps me get my ducks in a row better for the day. I've been trying to do better about not really looking too far into the future. Like, in the first semester, the teacher would assign something, and it would be 3 weeks from now, and I would just be panicking about it every day until I got it done. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. And then when I started to take things kind of day by day, week by week, it started to get so much easier for me. And so when I'm done having my little self-care time in the mornings, I'm very intentional about also making sure that all of my academics are, good to go for the day. Yeah. And I get on my computer and I check my emails and I make my to-do list, and it just helps me so much.
That's very businesslike of you.
Thank you.
I want to circle back to what you said about taking it one day at a time. I think probably every single episode, the both of us reiterate, all you can do in college and in life is to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
But that's something that we didn't know we needed to implement into our lives until we got to college.
Yeah.
And the workload got really heavy. But it's really important to remember that. And I found myself, I guess 3 weeks ago now, when it was syllabus week, receiving these thick papers of what the classes were going to entail, and looking at the end of the semester in April and seeing, I have 3 final projects due, I have like 5 exams.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, not to even mention midterms and random pop-up exams that they give us,
right.
I found myself sort of spiraling a little bit and re-entering that space of, can I do this?
Yeah.
Because my schedule this semester, I'm so excited because it's really major affiliated for me. A lot of the classes I'm taking are either directly or closely related to journalism, which is my major. And I kept thinking, but it was a recurring thought to me of, can I do this? Am I eligible to even be here right now?
Yeah.
But I think we have to remember to take it one day at a time. And if you wake up late in the day, like 30 minutes before your class, and you're already rushing, already putting your body through so much stress, we automatically think the worst. And I would go so far as to say that it puts us in a pessimistic perspective.
Yeah.
I never really thought of that until now, but I feel like when we're rushing all the time, we get so negative because, if we can't control anything else in our lives, we might as well complain, right?
Yeah, and I feel like I've really noticed a very big change in our confidence this semester with the academic workload.
I agree. I think that, when you're stressed out about anything, you just have to reiterate one day at a time. And I'm not trying to plug this episode. I do think that having a set morning routine, something that you can control, something that you can look forward to and enjoy, actually, it makes so much difference. Because, I have a literature class, as does Lucy.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? I don't know what's going on. I don't know who decided that it's okay to make college students go through these classes and learn all this old English, because I just respect to all the professors, but I just don't really care what somebody said thousands of years ago about something,
Thank you so much for saying this, because I feel the exact same way. And I promise you guys, I'm not trying to complain, but I will say something that helps is, like we've mentioned so many times before, is to romanticize the class, because I've came in the room and told Jacey a few times, my English class is in a super old building, and so the windows are always up, the breeze is sort of coming through the windows and blowing everybody's hair around, and then when it's sunny outside, it's so bright, and the professor is like so intellectual, and she uses big words, and the building is just so beautiful. And I've told Jacey, I feel like I'm in a Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
That's what helps me get through this class is I literally just pretend like I'm in a Harry Potter movie.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have to make the best of it. And this is not me disrespecting or disregarding the intellect of all these professionals. In fact, I think higher of them because they're so versed in what they're talking about, and I just don't really care and or understand. I enjoy the professors and anyone affiliated with it. It's not my thing. I'll say that.
And that's okay.
Yeah, and so we were going through this long passage today, probably like 900 verses.
That's a lot.
Was it poetry? Was it a passage? I'm not sure. I just told you, I'm lost. Anyway, probably shouldn't be saying that.
It's okay. I don't blame you.
But yeah, I was sitting there like, oh, sorry, what? What's going on? And I just remembered, it's okay if you're confused right now. You can go back home and you can study the work. There are several things that you can do. Don't freak out about this. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
I think, though, if I had this class last semester and I wasn't in the mindset that I was in now, I would have definitely spiraled about it.
Yeah.
And overthought it by now. But I feel like by having that set morning routine and having that one thing as soon as I wake up in the morning that I can control.
Yeah.
I just feel like things are a lot easier in life.
It definitely sets up your success for that day.
Oh, yeah. It does. It sets the tone of your entire day.
Yeah.
If you intentionally wake up to have a good morning routine, and you're doing things that make you feel happy. For me, I enjoy reading anything in the morning because it gets my brain working.
Yeah.
I like to drink my coffee in the morning. I like to pick out my outfit in the morning. I like to do my makeup or style my hair. Sort of taking it little by little. And I'll go back to what you said about romanticizing. Just romanticize the morning.
Yeah.
Isn't it such a beautiful thing that we are allowed to wake up before the sun does?
It is. And you know what? Don't even just romanticize your morning. Romanticize every part of your day.
Yeah.
Just, like, life is just so much more enjoyable when you intentionally make things super whimsical for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it starts with the way you start your day.
Yeah.
And, if you would like us to do an episode where we talk about night routines.
Oh, yeah.
We would definitely do that. Just let us know. Please.
Because we do have, I think we do have very different night routines.
Oh, we do. Can I say it? Can I say the pun?
Say it.
I think they're night and day. It's a night and day difference. Great. Yeah. Your morning routine sets your entire day, and giving yourself enough time to have a mindful morning, it really does take that unnecessary stress out of the equation. And like Lucy mentioned, you have to make it fun.
Yeah.
And if you don't drink coffee, first of all, I'm so sorry. Second of all, if you said you like to sit on your bed.
I do. I like to sit on my bed and journal.
If you're not really into that, that's okay. Maybe try listening to some music. If you're so tired to the point where you actually can't even be in a positive mindset to start your morning off right, maybe try some inspiring music.
Yeah.
I don't know any off the top of my head, but do you have any inspiring music?
I would say for the morning time, I really like a lofi, something that isn't super aggressive and doesn't have a lot of lyrics.
Yeah.
So that I'm not feeling super overwhelmed while I listen to it, but it's just a nice little background. That's what I like in the morning time.
Yeah, you could set a nice background on your television. Lofi.
I don't know how to say it.
Whatever that's called.
Wait, OMG, I'm sorry. Can we try that in the morning? Can we put some ambiance on the TV for our morning routine?
If you see me doing a dance session again, mind your business. Or you could, if you're not a reader, you could try a book. Or an audiobook. I like to do that in the morning when I'm getting ready, because obviously I'm not a really good multitasker. Yeah. So I like to listen to an audiobook while I get ready.
Also, if you're not feeling like doing anything like we're suggesting, it's also super fun to kind of drag out the getting ready process, because as a girl, fixing your makeup or doing your hair or taking the time to pick out a super fun outfit for the day, you also have more time for those things. You know?
Do. And I think that kind of circles back to one of my ends for the year, which is regulating my nervous system by moving slower intentionally. Moving slower in the mornings is so important. Yeah. It's so important because I don't know the science behind it. As I mentioned previously, not a scientist. However, I want to ask you if you feel this way. When I'm moving slower in the mornings, like yesterday morning, I didn't have as much time because I just didn't make it a priority, which is my fault. So I felt a little bit more rushed, even though I had plenty of time to do my entire routine at my leisure. I felt a little bit more rushed because I didn't wake up as early as I usually do. Yeah. However, today I woke up way earlier than I needed to, like 2.5 hours earlier than I needed to. And I had so much time for myself. Yeah. And, what was I even saying? Oh, do you feel like when you're slower with your mornings, it's like your mindset shifts?
Yeah, I feel calmer, not only in the mornings, but throughout the day. When I approach things, I don't approach them so much with anxiety or aggression or annoyance. It's sort of like I take a step back and I really think to myself about how to approach certain things. And it just helps me have a way calmer mindset throughout the day.
For me, I feel like last semester I'd wake up later, and I am a person who prioritizes alone time a lot and quiet time specifically. Right. So I would never have that in the mornings because obviously I'd be rushing. Yeah. And so later on in the day, when it was time to go to an event or it was time to, go to town for dinner or something, I wouldn't want to go because I'd be like, I haven't had a moment to myself all day. I need some alone time. However, now that I'm waking up early and I'm putting that quiet alone time first, I find myself looking forward to going to classes because it's something to fill my day. I find myself not dreading going to events because I have had my quiet time. I'm okay. I'm settled. And now I can go do fun things. And, I feel a little bit silly because I know people thousands of years before us have figured out that waking up early does change the game. And we're just sitting here in 2026 being like, oh my gosh, guys, you need to wake up early because it actually does do a lot for your mental health. But it does. It does. I promise you.
I really like that you say that about how it also affects your mood and your energy in the evening time, because I currently don't really have a set night routine, and I'm okay with that because I'm not really a night person. But sometimes when I get all my work done during the day and I'm feeling kind of bored, I do go grab a bite to eat or go hang out with my friends in the evening time. And I noticed that I didn't really make any time for myself, and I wasn't intentional about my self-care anymore whenever I would go to classes all day long and work hard all day long, and then I would go out with my friends, and then I would come back to the dorm, rush to get to sleep, and then wake up super late. And it was just like this cycle of rushing all of the time. And I never really put myself first and said, hey, maybe you need to take things a little bit slower and take care of yourself a little bit more.
That's reminding me of an episode we did last season, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
About burnout and how it's hard to find time for yourself and the chaos of school. I think that at the time I didn't realize, but now with reflection, I can realize that, you know, waking up earlier and having that time for yourself first thing, like we've said so many times in this episode, I think that that could avoid burnout.
Yeah.
I think it could.
I really like that. Yeah.
Which is, and burnout's scary, and if you want to hear more about it, go listen to our episode. Mornings are arguably one of, if not the most important part of your day, and prioritizing your waking moments is a leap in the direction of a season of self-care, which we are currently in.
And also, I'd just like to say, I really am glad that we're implementing this at sort of the beginning of the year. I know that things were really thrown off with the ice storm and whatnot, but because the new year is also a fresh start, which is the perfect opportunity to really implement these routines.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So I think it's really helpful that it just so happens to tie in with the new year as well.
Yeah. It's crazy how it all comes around. What comes around goes around.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in and being here and being patient with us as we had a 10-week break that was unsolicited. We did not ask for that. Yeah, thank you for, well, I was going to say tuning in, but I just said that. Maybe I do need some more caffeine. Obviously, I'm lagging.
Go get you a Dirty Dr. Pepper from Shadrack's.
They're closed. I mean, I could go to town, but I also had one earlier.
Oh. Yeah, and you just mentioned your water intake.
Yeah, I'll just have some water. That'll energize me.
Sounds great.
But yeah, welcome to a new year, a new season of the Roommate Podcast. We're so excited to continue, and we're so excited to be officially back in the studio and talking with you all. And follow us on Instagram, which, I mean, we both kind of control it.
Yeah.
But you'll never know who's who, which is fun. But yeah, it's at theroommate.pod. Yes, it has 2 O's, and yes, it has 2 M's. Mm-hmm. I will update this episode on YouTube as soon as possible. If you've missed any of our other episodes, you can find them on YouTube, except one because technical difficulties happen. Thank you all for listening. We will talk to you all next week on Wednesday at 3 p.m. with the Roommate Podcast on Rebel Radio.
Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.